Okay folks, today I'm going to bring to you a not beginner friendly build for Dungeons and Dragons Online for the Dark Hunter. Now, you can make it without the Harper Agent skill tree, but the build, you know, requires you to have an Harper Agent. Now, this is going to be a pet build, meaning that everything I take in the feat selection is for my pet. When I cannot take something for my pet, I take something for myself to improve my damage. So we have improved augment summoning, inspiring bond. Now improved augment summoning gives you +8 to all ability scores for your pets and minions, 10% dodge and 100% and 100 maximum hit points for your pets. Plus you get 140 maximum spell points, which is always nice. Inspiring bond actually allows your pet to be automatically resurrected after 2.5 seconds after they die. This has a 3 minutes cooldown, and it can occur only once per creature. I never saw my pet resurrect after the 3 minute mark, so this could be potentially a bug. But if you take the shrine and have him rest, it might just be once per day. I don't know. But passive, your island pets and summons gain 25 physical resistance rating and magical resistance rating, which is very important for their survival. We also take the augment summoning. The summon creatures, charm minion, pets, and hireling have a +4 to ability score, increase health, and increase fortification. As for the rest of the build, I went with 2 weapon fighting. You can go with whatever you feel like you want to go with. Alright? But I took the 2 weapon fighting feat line. I have a little bit more HPs because I have that line. As for the stats, I went for intelligence as my main stat, constitution obviously for hit points, wisdom we can leave it at 14 just to be able to cast the spells without the hassle of having items. Now if you have a book +2 and you have guild buffs, you can literally leave this at 10, as you will basically have 14. Charisma, I 10, but I just don't use it. It's just there because I have an item. Dexterity, quite useless, I would say. I think I took the insightful reflexes skill, feat, sorry. I'm gonna check that out soon. Maybe not. Maybe I was smart and I did not take it. Okay, I did not take that, but I have 67 saving. This is a first life toon, by the way. And if you take insightful reflexes, like say instead of power attack, you can get a little bit more than 67. Oh no, I did take it. Intelligence mod 16. Why does it not appear in my feats? Okay, that's either I'm blind, guys, or I'm blind. Oh, there it is. Insightful reflexes. Okay, so that's the build. 109. This is a level 32, by the way, so it's not really great, but it's a first life toon. So how do you play and what enhancement do you use? I go for the Harper enhancement skill tree first. So first you take a little bit of this just to give the imbue to your pet. And then you take the Harper agent so you can actually use your intelligence modifier for hitting and damaging things. Now, very key features are your imbue. Okay, while you're using your imbue toggle, your Dark Wolf will as well. It uses your bonus imbue dice as its own. So this is very important. Then you have the Dark Wolf and the Dark Hunter skill line over here up to the top, because you want to upgrade your Dark Wolf as max as high as possible. This gives you stuff, don't worry about it. This gives you more imbue dice and a +6 bonus to primal abilities scores for your wolf. And your Dark Wolf inherits your search and spot scores. And you will automatically find traps and secret door for you, assuming you meet the statistic threshold. And you gain a primal bonus to search and disable device equal to your number of wilderness lore feats. So at level 20, you will have a 20 primal bonus to search and disable device. Why is this important? Well, first of all, if you are a first lifer, you will not be so hard pressed at finding trap. You may have traps, you might be able You might run into some troubles if you try to spot them, but I'm sure like a fighter or a barbarian chugging through the content on all these hamsters, they will find traps for you. So you can just go there, disable the traps, get the ingenious trap bonus, so everybody in your party is happy, even when they're running through quests like crazy psychopaths. And then you take the tier 5. Tier 5 is important because you gain double strike and double shot, and your Dark Wolf gains 25 attack speed and 100% fortification bypass. Very cool. You also get the Stone Hue, which gives your camouflage and mass camouflage spells +1 to your physical resistance rating per 2 casters level. As you can see, I have it here, and this, because I use mass camouflage, works on every party member. So hey, it's free PRR for everybody. Everybody's happy, even your dog, wolf, whatever it is. You gain a +1 competence bonus to critical damage multiplier with your weapons. And you've got Dark Sight, you have True Seeing, and 25% competence bonus to your maximum hit points. And the rest is irrelevant. This is important because this is the ability that gives you the 25 competence bonus to maximum hit points. You need that in every single build. So look for the 25% competence bonus to your hit points and then plan around that. And this is important. Now, as for the core enhancements, you go for every core, because why not? This gives you +2 dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, 10% double strike, and 20 and +10 melee and range power. Your bleed the weak bonus now applies full damage against enemies that are snared or entangled, which may prompt you to do some kind of build for this, but we're not gonna go with that. If you could shift your saving throws to wisdom, you could potentially make an unentangled build, and this could be actually good. Regardless, we want the Deep Wood Stalker because I want the extra sneak attack dice from this one, and I want another sneak attack dice from this one. Plus I get the action boost to melee power. Why I take this one instead of the Ranger? Because I hate holding down the left mouse button to kill enemies. So what I do is use my cutter, and my cutter, um, you know, scales 200% with melee power. So this 30% melee power is actually pretty good. So I take that. As for the Harper agent, we want this, which is actually not, this is a very underrated tree, but look at these bonuses. +1 to it and damage, +1 to it versus evil. And most creatures are evil, aside from kobolds and other neutral creatures. Then you get another +1 to hit and damage, a +2 versus evil, and a +2 damage against evil, for a total of +3 against evil. And then we take another one that is another +4. And that's a +7 to hit and +7 to damage. This is actually pretty good. I took the +1 enhancement so I can get an additional +1 to hit. I don't care much about the maximum spell points, but the +1 to hit is very important because we want to avoid as much as grazing hits as possible. I then took this one. Your hireling, summoned, and charmed creatures gain +4 to your ability scores. This is another buff you can toss on top of the others to make your pet awesome. I also took Know the Angles just for the trance, and then you have the strategic combat to hit stuff with intelligence, and then I took this one, which gives me +3 to all skills to get this line over with. We get 3 melee power, 3 melee power, 3 melee power. That's fantastic. We also get universal spell power, which is always good because we are also a caster class, which means we will be able to cast some decent spells. Now, is there anything else about this tree? No, I didn't take anything else. Right. You can go with other things, but the main thing here is your pet. Now, if we open our character sheet, we can see our pet. Our pet has 68 strength, 68 dexterity, 68 constitution, and stuff over here. Now, he's got 292% fortification. He's got decent saving throws, I mean better than a warrior. And he's got some armor class. He's got 158 PRR. I gave him a legendary kindred soul, which gives him fortification, physical sheltering, vitality, and a mythic armor boost +2. And as for weapon, doesn't really matter because they cannot use the magical effects, so they cannot deal extra damage. But I think they can actually benefit from the other bonuses. I am not 100% sure about this, but hey, just in case, I gave him a bunch of stats. And now when he goes into rage, it goes to 78 strength and 78 constitution, which is not bad. If I cast this one, it goes to 80. So he can effectively pull the lever in Tempest Spine on Elite. No problem. No problem. Oh, that's a lot of lag. I don't know why it's lagging today. At least for me. Might not lag for you. And that's the build. Now, very important that the pet works very well on in heroics. As for epics, it needs a little bit of finagling. Because if you're playing difficult content and legendary content, your pet is going to be destroyed. And let's actually go, yeah, sure, King Forest is fine. Don't really care. Your pet is going to be destroyed by those Reapers and those elite mobs, all the champions, even though he has good fortification. And it seems like we're lagging like crazy. So what happens is that with the epics, we can take this. While within your primal avatar destiny mantle, you gain +3 imbue dice, and your summons and hirelings now also benefit from your primal avatar destiny mantle, and again the current spell power values. This also means my pet. So my pet now benefits from my mantle, which is amazing because look at the damage my pet is going to deal with against an enemy if I can find. Look, go and fight this drow archer, please. Look at that. That's not bad for a pet, right? And I also deal that damage. Look at that. It kills stuff. It deals 200 damage plus 40 of imbue. That's, you know, it is what it is. There's not much else I can tell you. Look at that. Go. I said go. Okay. Go. Nope, my pet refuses to move. Can you? Game. Oh, how this game has fallen. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this guy. He's killing everybody. He's murdering everybody. He's quite fast. So he deals a lot of damage. So that's fantastic. That's phenomenal. And you can heal him if you want. You can play like a hunter from World of Warcraft. Like you can toss him some heals. You can cast Cocoon to give him some extra stuff. You can throw some potions. I don't have a devotion item, so I suck. And you can cast this other eel. But you know, it's good. And you can cast some spells. You can give him like protection from fire. There you go. Now he has 620 protection, I think. Let's see. 650 protection from fire, which is not bad. The other three I recommend is Fear of the Wild and Shadow Dancer. Now, I'm sure there are other trees you can take to make your pet better, but I also need to take into account my survival. So I try to go with Fury of the Wild and Shadow Dancer. I did not take tier 5. For now I prefer to have this one because it gives me a bunch of stuff. I improve myself with attack bonus and more attack bonus and fortification bypass. Because at the end of the day, yes, it's a pet build, but I still need to do damage myself. Some extra PRR, which never hurts. Tremor Scream is pretty good for my pet. Also deals some nice damage, which I never rely upon. And so your mantle is the mantle of nature. The epic strike is going to be quick cutter. The shadow dancer I take for the extra double strike and immunity to energy drain. Get some extra sneak attack dices. This one for reflex saving throws, armor class, max dexterity ball, which I don't use, but and this immunity to night shield to magic missiles through the night shield spell, and some extra bonus to search spot and disable device and open lock, and a sneak attack dice. I also have access to dimension door, I take the heal from the primal avatar, and my crowd controls are glitter dust traps and web traps. Now, web traps do not really work well, especially if you play in a group, because people will usually throw around fire spells. They will burn through your webs. So, but this actually works very well because with the Dark Hunter, I have 118 disabled device. I can get it a little bit higher, up to 126, but I don't have the insightful disabled device on at the moment. And yeah, you use this one for crowd controls. You place this one before going into a room by using glitter dust and web. It takes a little bit of preparation, but you can do it. If you have to choose between web and glitter dust, I would say glitter dust, because glitter dust blinds enemies who get inside, and enemies that are blind have a 50% chance to miss due to blindness. On top of that, you have to stack your incorporeality, your concealment, your armor class, your dodge, anything. So this adds an extra layer of defense, and it's actually pretty cool because blinded enemies can be sneak attacked. So you can sneak attack the enemies and you will have a lot of sneak attacks. Now, in general combat, my sneak attacks are 23d6. Now, if I cast this spell, the Snake Bomb, thanks to my core enhancement, when I get out of it, I get 43d6 of sneak attacks. So you can pretty much see how much damage I'm going to deal. And because I have the melee power and the melee power boost, I can deal a lot of damage through sneak attacking. And the glitter does really close the deal. Your Dark Wolf can tank for a while, but will get overwhelmed pretty quickly. It doesn't have much in the way of defense other than PRR and armor class, and it doesn't have a lot of armor class. So he counters that with a lot of hit points. He actually has double my hit points right here. It is quite effective, but you know, as for items, there is nothing in particular that you may want. I recommend you get the magnifying lens from Borderlands if you have that, because they give you 18 to all your thief skills. You can upgrade this in Barovia, I think, but personally, with this on, I can use everything. I can find everything. Now, to complete the Tempest Spine raid, you need an intelligence item. So I have this one that I slot in. I wish I could go into Age of Rage and get the legendary version of Tiara of Madness, but the exceptional astute bonus to your skills, this is actually great because it gives you more DCs for your glitter dust and your web traps. And also, of course, you have some intelligence here. Now, if I can get the legendary version of this one, hey, it's cool. Bunch of stats. Then nothing else, really. The same stuff for any melee DPS. Start of Day is a sword I do recommend a lot. It's level 20, and on critical hits, it can actually blind your opponents. So this is an extra crowd control on top of your traps. And I recommend the Envenomed Blade. Now, I made this legendary and I kinda regret it because the poison becomes not on hit, the check, but it becomes on occasionally. As a chance of paralyzing your enemies, stuck enemies must make a DC 142 save or be paralyzed. It actually procs once in a while, and it's a nice extra crowd control you have. So, with that being said, there is not much else here I can tell you. Just do try to find good items for your character. But that's about it. That's the build I came up with. It may not be the best build. Remember, this is a first life build. It's a first life build, so do not expect great things, but just remember your pet is your friend. Right, thank you for watching. Hopefully you will have fun with the Dark Hunter, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.